Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review of The Great Jahy Will Not Be Defeated, episode 19. The demon lord is Relentless, and I say I had a blast watching this episode. I gotta say right now, I had a blast watching this episode. I loved it. This has been like obviously it's like how the last episode is gonna end though, but this one was like the best episode I've seen yet, and it was once again it was funny on a lot of different ways. It's how the twist, how that spirit was granting people powers and all that, right? Well, I had a feeling something had to be related to the Demon Lord because the way it was manufactured stuff, the way it seemed like the same hairstyle and the horns, right? It had to be somewhat related to the Demon Lord, right? That's why I thought because it has kind of like the same silhouette, right? Well, before I get into that though, but if it was with Drew G, how reflecting how she was like a nobody bit into the dark realm, and some of the demons were kind of afraid of her. Go, she'll take over our minds. But that's not until when she met Jahy, right? So, and then it ends up into how the ending of the last episode was. That spirit is just listening to them talk, right? And by the time when they had the courage they're gonna fight, right, the spirit's already left. And then it's like Jahy's like, "Oh, they got away because you kept them talking." So, and then come back with Jahy. Excuse me. Coming back with Jahy is that that now this situation she wants to her boss wants to like manage her cooking stuff, right? And gives kind of the idea. Why don't you you can open up your own restaurant if you want? And that gives like Jahy the idea that she could open her own restaurant, make a lot of money for herself. And so she wanted to get started right away making her own dish, right? But then when the landlady was there talking, when she was discussing this with the landlady, kind of like it was because it was because of her boss, kind of made her good work and all those good times they had though. So she wanted kind of reflecting on throwing that away, right? So she was kind of like reflecting on it a bit then. So and then while she was going to talk, she was talking to the boss again, saying that, you're going to open your own place, I could help you, And he's like, oh, wait, you're not angry? No, it's not that. And then that spirit thing shows up again and gives the boss powers, she's made her a magical girl too, though, and telling her to get the Mongol crystals, and she says, no. And Kokyo, Kokyo, that's the magical girl's name, so I finally got her name right, Kokyo. Yeah. And when the boss refuses, he's really gonna do it. So it manifests itself as its real form, which is like the same physical appearance as the Dark Lord. And then the Dark Lord comes in, and they both start fighting. And they start fighting, and they end up turning into giants. So they end up turning into giants, and they get a more where Jahy blocks their attack, but then ends up damaging the bar, right? So, and that kind of got her angry. So she ends up. She pulls off like an Ash moment where she gets in the way where the two. Remember Pokemon the first movie where Ash got in the way of Mew and Mewtwo? Well, she does the same thing here. She gets in the way of both the Dark Lord and this. Well, they are looking on the other one. His name is Sue. It's S-U. Sue. S-U. So, but anyway, she gets in the way of both of them. She takes the blast from both and make it seem like she's gone, but she's not. I know she's not dead, but they make it seem like everyone is there, make it seem like she is, and you know that's the Demon Lord's sister, Yeah, the twist is they're actually, which I kind of had a feeling that something was there. Was she related to the Dark Lord, Demon Lord? Yeah, it's her sister. And she's like, oh, she didn't want to hurt nobody and all that, and saying that saying that how the sisters were so close, but then the Dark Lord saying that she was bored, so she wanted to make a demon realm for herself, and Sue, you can say I'll call her Sue because how her real name is, because if she has without her name, you have the Dark Lord, but what's her actual name? But I call her Sue. SU, so she wanted wanted to get her attention, so she asked Kyoko, the magic, to become the magical girl to get her attention. But the thing is, though, it was a sibling. The whole thing of Jahy's way, how she in the human world and all this misfortune, and all this stuff, good things, what made her to a good, how she changed her, is all because of a sibling misunderstanding or rivalry. We call it rivalry or misunderstanding. So it's all because of that is why Jahy was in this in the first place. And maybe because of that, also because her servants are idiots. Like for the magic girl, which wasn't intentionally to destroy the manga crystal in the first place, but that didn't get destroyed anyway. So yeah, she was not intention to do that though, but. It was all this was a rivalry, a sibling rivalry misunderstanding, and that's how Jahy, when she wakes up, like, she's like, all the reason of all this was all because of the sister rivalry. The reason why, because I came here and all this happened to me in the first place because of that. Now her reaction was funny, and then she gets all like, oh, you need to apologize. And apologize to her sister, but then you need to apologize to me. Oh man, it was great, So I just love this episode. Just which kind of thing. The whole thing. The reason why the whole Dark Realm was destroyed and all that stuff, or how everything said would be, was not the way I expected, right? Though, but. When everything clears up, it was all because of a sibling sister rivalry, or it was a misunderstanding as well. So, oh man, this is absolutely great. This is why I love this show a lot. It's easily one of my favorite things of this year. Easily, one of my favorite shows. This is definitely in my top list of favorites. A lot. One of the movies, like I said, I love Willy's Wonderland. I love *Malignant*. Nobody, but I definitely put this on my list as well. Great Job Going Up to Defeat will definitely be on my list for sure, because I just love this. I just love everything about this. Of course, this is all subjective. People think that, this is not a good show or not, though. But to me, I found this like a very perfect series where I found like perfectly no flaws at all. I mean, it had in the past when I did episodes, there was a couple of nitpicks here and there, though, but it wasn't all big issues though. So yeah, the whole thing, this whole sibling rivalry was how it came to be. Just the twist of that was just awesome. So I love this episode. It's definitely like the best one. And how Jahy just goes and pulls an Ash Ketchum from Pokemon the first movie, gets in between the two, and takes a blast of it. I was like, yeah, you just pull an Ash Ketchum there, right? Yeah. And the whole thing, like how she wanted to get her own restaurant, but thing reflecting how. When she leaves, because everything went with the boss for her. So and all that reflecting as well, and just it was. I just love this whole thing. So yeah, everything I said, and this whole thing how it is because now I just want to know how the last episode will go, because maybe we'll get all our characters together. Even though just when the story of the Dark Realm with all the manga crystals. And listen, if Jahy goes back, though, she's not going to be the same person, because she's not going to be whipping anybody anymore. She's not going to step on anybody. She's not going to kill anybody anymore. She's not going to do that anymore. She's basically a human, basically. Yeah, even though she's a demon, though, but inside she's more human now. She's not going to do any of those bad things anymore. Or they can say just restore the Dark Realm, but stay in the human world instead. So. if this show ends how the way it is, I'll be perfectly fine with it. But yeah, part of me wish there could be a second season. I would love to see that though. But if it ends the way it is for the last episode, I'm fine with it because it was such a really roller coaster ride for me to watch everything because each one is better and better and better and better. This is basically the best one I've seen yet, and I just realized how this last episode will end this. So yeah, will she go back to the Dark Realm, but at the same time going back by a completely different person, not an evil person anymore? So I'm just looking forward to seeing how the last episode will go. But this was a real blast for me, so I had a blast watching this episode. I gotta give this definitely 2 thumbs up for this. Definitely 2 thumbs up for this episode. Yeah, so the Demon Lord is Relentless, episode 19. Loved it. Loved it, loved it. Funny, and the twist, and everything, and then more little good heartfelt moments to it as well. Charming moments, so yeah. Still hilarious as well. Johnny, he's just a real gem of a character, I love Jahy. So yeah. But yeah, that's it for episode 19. Can't wait to see how episode 20 will go to complete this. So, but thanks for watching. Now to get to stay tuned for my next episode review for Yashahime. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you in the next episode.